right, here we go. So driver introductions going on down on the racetrack. They just had the pill redraw for the top 8. Being told Jeff Schofield pulled the pole position in car number 07. Wasn't able to really get a word on the rest of them. Couldn't really hear from up here, but I do know Schofield is on the pole. So once we get that top 8 figured out, I'll give it a rundown for you for our top 8, and then we'll go through the field. 28 cars making the start here for the 5th annual Bill Bigley Memorial 128, brought to you by National Roofing. You see the cars lined up on the front stretch. Drivers making their last preparations before this event starts. So we'll give you a rundown here, our lineup for your 28 starters here for the Bill Bigley Senior Memorial. So on the pole, it will be, this was qualifying. So we'll get that lineup to you. Here we go on the pole in car number 07. The Lilly Air Conditioning and Electric Machine out of Plant City, Florida. It will be Jeff Schofield. To his outside in car number 64 out of Plantation, Florida. Carrying Shadow Graphics as a sponsor, that will be Patrick Starpoli. Starting third, driving the number 20 MJS Concrete Chevrolet out of Oviedo, Florida, it will be Anthony Sergi. Starting fourth, out of Palmetto, Florida, driving the Martin Jewelers number 17, it will be Nick Neary. Starting fifth in car number 90 out of Lakeland, Florida. Sponsorship from Habco Tool and Development. Driving the Tim Curry number 90 machine, it will be Steve Dorer. Rolling off sixth out of Bradenton, Florida. Driving the Integrity Transmissions number 30 machine, that will be Jesse Dutilli. Starting in the 7th spot out of Fort Myers, Florida. Driving the number 37 Exterior Landscaping, it will be Michael Goddard. Starting 8th out of Naples, Florida, driving the number 28 car, that will be Dylan Bigley. Starting in the 9th spot out of Winter Haven, car number 94 will be driven by Keith Rogan. Starting in the 10th spot out of Naples, it will be car number 51, the Universal Transmission Chevrolet of Michael Atwell. Starting in the 11th spot, driving the number 69 out of Hernando, Florida, Mike Scott Plumbing Chevrolet, driven by Michael Hind. Starting in the 12th spot, driving car number 33 out of Brooksville, Florida, that will be Daniel Webster. Starting in the 13th spot out of Wildwood, Florida, driving car number 86, Crystal Harley, Mike Scott Plumbing Chevrolet of Wayne Anderson. These cars are fired up. Starting in the 14th spot, driving the number 28, Dirty Mo Media, Dale Jr. Download Chevrolet, that will be Jared Irvin out of Ocala. 15th starting spots, making his way down from Charlotte, North Carolina, but originally from Jupiter, Florida, that will be the number 59 of Dustin Dunn. Starting 16th in car number 84 out of Wildwood, Florida, that will be Ricky Anderson. 17th starting spot for car number 15 out of Naples, Florida, the LeMaster Insurance car of Sean LeMaster. Starting in the 18th spot, driving car number 72 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, but originally from right here in Port Charlotte area, that will be the Baja Electric number 72 of Josh Williams. Moving on behind him out of North Fort Myers, Florida, driving car number 71, it will be L.V. Skaggs. Then we'll see the number 78 United States Marine Corps Strutmasters Chevrolet of Josh Todd. The number 15 car driven by T.J. Duke out of Southwest Ranches. We'll see the number 96 out of Lehigh Acres, the 81 Motors car of John Nutley. We have the number 11 Weaver Racing Enterprises out of Plantation, Florida. That will be David Weaver. Number 62 out of Tampa, Florida. It will be John Gersner. We'll see the number 21 out of Lakeland, Florida, driven by Brandon Anderson out of Live Oak. Driving the number 58 car, that will be John Kaufman. Number 56 out of Venice, Florida, it will be Jeff Firestein. And then starting at the rear of this 28-car field out of Miami, Florida, Chris McIntyre in car 82. All right, so we're going to go over our race procedures here. 120 lap 120-lap race here for the Bill Bigley Memorial. The flagman starts the initial start, but all restarts are controlled by the leader in the Black Sails Racing restart zone. Caution laps do not count. All restarts are double file. The leader can choose whether he wants the outside or the inside for lane choice. There's no twos cone rules, so throw that out the window. Lucky dog rule up until the final 10 laps. That means the first car 1 lap down in our cautions will get his lap back, and we'll have 2 attempts at a green-white checkered overtime finish should we need them. So Jennifer, looks like this is going to be a great one. I'm ready for it.
28 of the best super late models in the state of Florida, some from out of the state of Florida. We got to hear from a few of them, but let me tell you, this is going to be an action-packed 128 laps, and I'm so excited for 417. So excited for the Bigley family and all the drivers that took time out of their Thanksgiving week to come down, practice, test, be here all weekend. We could not be more appreciative.
Absolutely, it's a great stacked field. He nailed it. A couple of these guys coming from out of the state. We know Josh Williams, an Xfinity Series driver, lives up in Mooresville. He calls Port Charlotte right over the Peace River his home. You have 59 of Dustin Dunn. He currently works for a NASCAR truck team. Went to school up in UNC Charlotte, but he's down here from Florida. He's back. John Nutley, an Illinois native, calls his winter home Lehigh Acres. He's down here driving a car number 96. And then you got the Florida boys as well. So it's going to be a great battle. Lots of top quality cars here in this one to go 128 laps.
They're doubling up the field. Make sure to share the broadcast so everyone can follow along. Huge thanks to everyone here for allowing us to go live for free for our race fans. We are doubled up. They're going to give them a few laps to get heat in the tires, and we're going to be going green very soon.
All right, so the field double file now behind that Ford Mustang pace car. 128 laps the distance. It will be Jeff Schofield and Patrick Starpoli on the front row. Great field of cars here, Jennifer. It's hard to pick one.
It is very hard to pick one, but you can bet there's about 12 of them that can actually win this race, if not more. We are getting ready to go green. Ross Chastain went to the tower. Chastain's going to throw the green flag, and the green flag is out.
Here we go, 5th annual Bill Bigley Memorial underway here at 417 Southern Speedway in Punta Gorda. Schofield with a good start, but a battle for second. Starpoli holding onto that. You got Sergi on the bottom, Neary to his outside. First lap in the books, we got 127 to go. It's a long one. Schofield leading the way right now. Look at Neary on the outside of Sergi.
Lots of good cars in the field, but they know they have to be patient because 128 laps is a long race on this track.
Yeah, a long race indeed. I believe for the first half or so, you just kind of want to ride this one out, see what you got, but you do not want to abuse those tires, because if you do that, no tire changes in this one. What you got on is what you got for the whole race.
Schofield is currently leading the field. Starpoli wants to take the lead. Check out that green number 17, Nick Neary, stalking the top 3.
Yeah, great battle right here. Schofield leads the way. They work their way off turn number 4. Starpoli sitting in second. You got Neary in third. Schofield, the recipient of the pill pull. He drew the pole, and he is running with it right now. But you see right here, most of the field single file right now.
All the cars nose to tail. None of them have put a gap on each other yet. We are racing hard a few laps into this.
And you know, Jennifer, we're only 5 laps into it. You see most of the field single file. I can't really blame you. You don't want to abuse your equipment this early into the race. You just kind of want to see what you got, but save enough left for the end.
I see the 82 getting lapped. The lead lap cars go to the bottom. The lap cars go to the high side here. So that's a little bit different than some of the other tracks.
Yeah, absolutely. Saw Chris McIntyre going a lap down in car number 82, and the reason we do that is because it all depends on pit location. The pits are on the outside of the track. We want the slow cars to the outside. If it's in the infield, we want them on the bottom. We always want the slow cars closest to the pit area.
Chris McIntyre is one of the new drivers to the super late model class, so he's out here getting lap time today, and what better way to do it than in a field of awesome talent like this?
Yeah, definitely a stacked field for him to compete with. Just logging the laps right now in the early going. Jeff Schofield, he's led all of them so far. We still got a long ways to go in this one. Patrick Starpoli second, Nick Neary third. As you see right here, Keith Rogan and Daniel Webster in the screen. That's a little further back in the field. You got the youngster Michael Hine behind him. Jennifer, Michael Hine, first year running stock cars. Won the Mod Mini Championship at Citrus, now running super late models.
And he's doing a great job. He's been very competitive. He's learning the car, getting lots of seat time at Citrus and now here.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about him that you really don't see with a lot of young drivers is he really takes care of his equipment. He is not over abusive on his equipment. He races smart, so we'll have to keep an eye on that 69 of Pine as we see Wayne Anderson in the 86. Yes, that's right, Wayne in the 86, not the 84. He's behind Michael Hine right now. They're just logging the laps as you see Chris McIntyre going down another one.
And I have to say, Ross Chastain dropping the green flag to start the race today. He has spent the entire day shaking hands with all the fans, getting autographs, and now he throws the green for the Bigley Memorial.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool to see Ross here. We know you got that contract signed with Ganassi Racing. He's going to be the 42 full-time in the Cup Series next year. We saw him do a little bit with Roush at the beginning of the year, filling in for Newman. And, the NASCAR talent we have here today, we got Josh Williams, the Xfinity guy. We have perhaps a legend of the sport, Ernie Irvin here, watching his son race, Jared. So lots of NASCAR talent here as well, watching or competing in this Bill Bigley Memorial.
Lots of good talent in the field. We see the multi-camera views that we have tonight. Super excited for those for all of our fans. You see the spotters. The cameraman's actually in there with all the spotters for this late model event. And let me tell you, the tensions are going to be high in that spotter stand.
Yes, but right now they're just going through the early stages of this one. McIntyre loses another lap. You see Anthony Sergi perhaps maybe getting a little impatient here. He's on the back bumper of Nick Neary.
I don't know if it's Sergi being impatient or he sees that number 90 in his rearview mirror. That 90 of Steve Dora was right on his bumper. Sergi had to say, hey, Neary, we got to go.
Yeah, that's right. One car right behind the other one. It's kind of a traffic jam effect here as we have a little bit of trouble on the front stretch.
96 to Nutley. 96 looks like he's slowed on the track with damage. No caution yet. No caution yet. We are still green. 96 is stopping on the back stretch. That's going to bring out our first on-call center caution of the night. 109 laps left.
Yeah, pretty good early stage there. Not sure what happened when Nutley come by. Something was, we've been told he hit the outside wall with the car. We saw him going into turn one. Something was dragging TJ Duke. I don't know if he had to woe it down to keep off of him or if they actually did make contact in that 15. But nonetheless, tough break there for originally an Illinois native, John Nutley, now calling Lehigh Acres his home.
I have to say, I did not expect that long of a green flag run to start this race. Kind of expected a few cautions, but what a great race so far. We've had a little bit of a green flag run. Drivers are starting to fill out their cars, see what they're liking, see what they don't like. If you're coming in, now would be a good time to do it.
Yeah, still in early stages. This one only 19 laps in. Jeff Schofield, he's led them all. And, it's kind of hard to see what you got when you're kind of just running single file. You can't really use all the throttle when you're following the leader like that. So the only one really that's able to use everything was Schofield, but I doubt he's doing that. I'm sure he's saving right now. And he knows, I'm sure with the experience that he has, that Star Pole is not going to put up that big of a fight this early in the race.
I agree. Schofield stopped on the backstretch. Hopefully it's something quick and easy. He's just got a question.
Yeah, maybe perhaps he's talking to a track official. Maybe he's spotted some debris somewhere. Being told they're actually going to look at Schofield's car here. So we're going to have to wait and see if we can get a word on what's going on with the 07 Lilly AC machine of Jeff Schofield.
He very well could have ran over some debris from the 96. So hopefully it's nothing. I see him rolling back off now.
That very well could be, because I saw, when the 96 of Nutley went off in the corner, I believe there's still actually some debris down in turn number one, down towards the bottom groove of the track. So Nutley, being told he kind of bounced it off the wall, and then we saw, you see like two white spots down there on turn one. Maybe some paint off the wall, maybe some chips laying down there. Not sure what it is.
And again, huge thanks to everyone tuning in on Sunshine State Racing, along with our fans that are all over at 417 Southern Speedway watching on the phone while here at the track watching. Huge thanks to all of you guys.
Absolutely, and make sure if you're watching this, share it, tell your friends, hey, it's the big one right now. We got the Bill Bigley Memorial. The super late models are on the track. They're making some noise. Tune in because you don't want to miss it. Still got a long ways to go. We're only 19 in. That leaves us 109 remaining as we'll get the field doubled up and ready for the restart here in just a moment. Jeff Schofield and Patrick Starpoli out front.
I'm going to say this next little segment is going to be a lot more exciting than the first one.
Oh, I believe so. You know, we're a couple laps in, still in the early stages of it. As we get one to go this time, we'll see Starpoli on the outside. See if he's got anything on that outside line. But Schofield on the bottom. He is the control car. He chooses the bottom. So the restart zone a little different here for the late models. Let's move back to turn 3. You'll see the orange cones go by your screen right there. We enter the Black Sails Racing restart zone. And the green flag is back in the air. Lap number 19.
Jeff Schofield takes that early lead. Patrick Starpoli's got to see what he can do on the outside. Little bit of bottlenecking. Everyone stays straight. Nick Neary in the second spot while Patrick Starpoli and Steve Dorr battle side by side for third.
Yeah, Starpoli did not get a good start on the outside like I was expecting him to, and that really helped Nick Neary shoot the second. But here comes Steve Dorr, longtime late model racer, not in his own car tonight. He's in the Tim Curry prepared number 90 machine. Curry brought that car down from Michigan. Dorr, that is, in it tonight in car number 90 as he battles Patrick Starpoli for the third spot.
FLF is wanting to have a good showing with the 90 and the 37. They want that 2 months free advertisement for the chassis builder here, which was our challenge to them for Sunshine State Racing and Karnac.
Absolutely, we're watching this battle here between Sergi and Starpoli. Starpoli's dilemma right now, he needs to get to the bottom. And the problem is he can't because it is jam-packed. We see this at places like Martinsville for the Cup cars. Once a car gets to the outside, they just get shuffled back, further back, and until they get to the bottom, I believe Starpoli is going to keep dropping spots.
That works out well for Michael Goddard. You see Michael Goddard and Patrick Starpoli side by side. Michael Goddard does not want to let up because you don't want to give Starpoli the spot.
Meanwhile, for the lead, Nick Neary to the outside of Schofield. New leader, the 17, Palmetto, Florida's Nick Neary. Schofield moves back to second, and he's now in a battle with Steve Dorr for that spot. Sergi back there stalking these two in the fourth spot.
You got to remember there's some history between the 07 and the 90. 90 takes second. You see Jeff Schofield falling back to fourth.
Yeah, Schofield on the bottom. He's losing all those spots, being passed on the outside. You know, they looked at him over in turn number 3 where the pit opening was, and they looked at the car. Maybe perhaps something amiss on that 07 because he is now starting to drop spots here in the early going, already back to 5th for Jeff Schofield. Look at Bigley underneath Starpoli's. We now look for the battle at second between Steve Dorr and Anthony Sergi.
28 laps complete, 100 laps to go.
Still a long ways in this one. Nick Neary leads the way. He cut his teeth racing go-karts, then got a chance to drive Don Fonta's Mod Mini at Citrus County Speedway. His first ever race in a stock car, he won it. Now, racing your late models, he's your leader. We look at the battle a little ways back for 6th. Dylan Bigley on the inside of Patrick Starpoli. Starpoli started in the second spot, Bigley in 8th as they do battle. Right behind them, Jesse Dutilli, one of the biggest names in the field. He's won plenty of races. Still early in this one, side by side between Bigley and Starpoli.
You see Schofield on the back bumper of the 37. You got the 28, the 30, the 64, and the 51. All very talented drivers. They're all nose to tail.
Three wide. Dutilli thinks better of it. It all kind of stacked up there. Schofield got in the back of Goddard in 3 and 4, and they all stacked up, and now we have 2 side-by-side battles. Schofield trying to get back around Goddard. Goddard, your fast qualifier in that number 37 Ford. Here comes Dylan Bigley underneath him for that spot. Throw Jesse Dutilli in the mix as well.
Lots of battles going on the track. Battle right now is still Michael Goddard trying to hang tough on the high side as Jesse Dutilli. Starpoli's right behind him. Starpoli finds an open spot and slides to the bottom.
How about Michael Atwell? He'll take that spot away from Goddard as Goddard and Starpoli Going to trade a little paint there. A little vinyl lettering, that is. But Star Poli going to take that spot away. And here comes Daniel Webster in the RFD number 33. And now we are under a on-call center caution here with 93 laps to go.
Caution is out on the track. It looks like the 84.
Ricky Anderson going around in turn number 4. Ricky driving the 84 tonight. We normally see his dad Wayne in the 84 and Ricky in the 86. Not sure why, but they swapped cars for the weekend. And Ricky Anderson in the 84 are going to go around in turn number 4. Not sure what happened there. Nonetheless, the caution is out here once again.
93 laps to go. What a great race so far.
Oh, yeah, it's been a great one. It's only going to get better from here. We're still early in this one. Nick Neary, we saw him pass Jeff Schofield on the outside and really run away with it. Sergi doing good up in second. You got Steve Dorr, the veteran, and Jeff Schofield running third and fourth. You got Dylan Bigley in fifth. I mean, just look at this top 10 and even further back, top 15 rather, just the names in this field. It is a stacked field of drivers here tonight.
Absolutely. As you said, you got Nick Neary and Anthony Sergi in the front too, but then you have the veteran Steve Dorr, Dylan Bigley. He wants this race so bad to take home that trophy for the Bigley Memorial. And then you got Jesse Dutilli getting ready for Snowball, always a contender down here in
Absolute Snowball Derby coming up next weekend. And I know, Neary and Sergi, they've been doing this for a couple of years, but they're two young guns. I know they're comfortable with the late models. They've been running them a couple of years, but the two guys that are going to be lining up behind them, Steve Dorr and Jeff Schofield, I don't know if I'd want that in my rearview mirror, seeing Dorr and Schofield back there.
Right behind Dutilli, you have Michael Atwell and Patrick Starpoli. Both are really strong drivers. Atwell, he's always quick, and he sometimes runs out of patience.
Yeah, definitely. Young guy there. Not a whole lot of experience. Been doing this a couple of years, but one of the younger drivers of the field. But Michael Atwell, I don't know if he missed a setup or what, but didn't really look too well in qualifying. I believe he started outside the top 10, but he's working his way up there. And still a long race to go, so Michael Atwell looking pretty good early going, picking up some spots there.
93 laps to go in this 128-lap Bigley Memorial event. Sitting here looking at the trophy, and let me tell you, it's an awesome trophy. Who do you think is going to take it home?
Oh, gosh, Jennifer, it is so hard to pick one guy. Looking at the amount of talent in this field, you got Nick Neary and Anthony Sergi up there, but right behind them, you got Steve Dorr and Jeff Schofield, Dylan Bigley trying to keep the trophy in the family, Jesse Dutilli, Michael Atwell, the list goes on and on. Wayne Anderson, one of the most successful late model drivers, not only in the state, but in the country, is in this race. It's hard to pick somebody.
It is. And our fans are asking about two 28s on the track. One of the 28s, the one further up in the field right now, is actually Dylan Bigley. He's got more of the yellow and the white on his car. And then the one a little bit further back is going to be Jared Irvin. So Dirty Mo Media on the front of Jared Irvin's car. There is two separate 28s, so for those that were wondering, there you go.
And we'll take a look at our top 9 right now. Nick Neary leads the way, Anthony Sergi in second, Steve Dorr, Jeff Scope fourth, Dylan Bigley rounding out your top 5, Jesse Dutilli in sixth in car number 30, 7th. The 51 is Michael Atwell, 8th will be the 64 Patrick Starpoli, and 9th is the 37, your fast qualifier of Michael Goddard. And the little confusion with the 28 car, the best way I can think of to settle this is if you're a NASCAR fan, you remember Ernie Irvan back in the 90s. He drove the number 28 Texaco Haviland Ford. Well, the 28 on Jared Irvin's car is the exact same font as that Robert Yates Racing number 28 that Ernie back in the day. So, if you're a big NASCAR fan, that's the easiest way to distinguish between the two. You can see that Jared's carrying the same font of his dad back in the Cup Series. So we got 2 laps to go. We're going to double file here. So we should be getting the one to go sign next time by.
Thank you, Travis. Travis is watching from Showtime Speedway tonight, I think. So good luck to him in the modified. Wish you were here with your late model. And we are going one to go. We are ready to go back green flag racing. 93 laps to go.
All right, here we go. Nick Neary, the control car on the restart. He also has lane choice. He chooses the bottom. He believes that's where he's comfortable, even though the pass for the lead was on the outside of Schofield. as they get ready to enter the Black Sails Racing restart zone. You see the RAS Concrete Construction green flag back in the air for the Bill Bigley Memorial.
Those cars are flying down the straightaway. We see them side by side. Let's see how quick it takes them to fall back in line.
I was talking about the lane choice. How about on the outside? Anthony Sergi takes the lead away from Nick Neary. You know, I'm really not sure what Neary was thinking on the restart choice. He passed Schofield for the lead on the outside, then he chooses the bottom, and then he gets passed on the outside.
Anthony Sergi with the lead. The battle right now for second between Jeff Schofield and Nick Neary. Jeff Schofield said it's not going to be a battle for long. Let's see if we can clear him.
Oh, they make contact. Can Neary hold on to it? He does. He gets a shot from Dorr.
Good job to Dorr to back off there to keep from getting into more contact with Neary. Look at the battles all over the track.
Here we go. Nick Neary, Steve Dorr doing battle. It looks like restarting on that bottom up front, you really can't get going. We saw Schofield drop back a couple spots, but now he's worked his way back up to second behind Sergi. As we see here, Steve Dorr finally gets around to 17 of Neary.
20 at Anthony Sergi, gap in a space. Battle right now is midway through the field.
Little ways back here, Dylan Bigley on the inside of Patrick Starpoli. That's for your sixth position. And then you have Michael Atwell doing battle with the veteran Wayne Anderson in car number 86. 4 cars, you can throw them under a blanket right now. Daniel Webster's watching it all in front of his windshield. You're watching it live on Sunshine State Racing. 87 laps still to go in the Bill Bigley Senior Memorial.
Starpoli takes position. Dylan Bigley's hoping to be able to stay right there with him. He's got 2 hard chargers on his back bumper.
See the cars working their way all around this 3/8 mile paved oval here in Punta Gorda, Florida. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. Webster underneath Anderson. Here we go towards the front. Jeff Schofield and Nick Neary, the 2 black and green machines, going side by side for the 3rd spot. Dorr in front of them. Dutilli behind them. Dutilli normally in green colors, but sporting the pink tonight here in car number 30. So he goes to the outside of Schofield. That's for position number 4, and easily Jesse Dutilli takes that 4th spot away.
These fans are loving this action. 20 of Anthony Sergi putting a big lead on the 90 of Steve Dorr. Nick Neary wants that position back.
Yeah, kind of settling in right now behind Steve Dorr. Running into 3rd spot. You see him work their way off turn 2 down the backstretch. Schofield, Starpoli. See a car going a lap down here. That'll be the 56 of Jeff Firestein out of Venice. He'll go a lap down to your leader, Sergi. 82 laps to go in this one, so still a long way. It's not quite halfway in this one.
What a great race so far.
Absolutely. Sergi doing a pretty good job right now. Comfortable lead for him. Steve Dorr runs in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Sergi. 4th, Dutilli. And you have Jeff Schofield rounding out your top 5. But Schofield getting some pressure from Starpoli. And speaking of pressure, Dorr getting some pressure from Neary for position number 2. Dutilli right there with him. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right there together.
Nick Neary saying we got to go. Jesse Dutilli's right on the back bumper.
Yeah, and he's going to take a peek here in turn number 1. Neary's going to give him the room. Neary trying to keep that car wound up on the outside. He holds on to the position from Jesse Dutilli. Now he's going to go for 2nd on the outside of Dorr. Side by side down the front stretch. Steve Dorr on the bottom, Nick Neary on the outside.
Great battle down the back stretch. Nick Neary wants to take position, and he used the high side to do it. You see the high side working for some of the cars.
Yeah, I'm still baffled that he chose the bottom on that restart as good as his car has been on the outside, but I'm sure he's learned from it. If he has a chance to do it over, he'll pick the outside next time, but in order to do that, he'll have to get that lead away from Anthony Sergi, who's looking pretty good right now. Speaking of looking good, so is Jesse Dutilli. He'll go to the outside of Steve Dorr for the 3rd spot.
Jesse Dutilli looking to take Steve Dorr's position on the outside.
Still side by side through 3 and 4. Jesse Dutilli in the car number 30. Steve Dorr in the 90.
75 laps to go. 75 left.
Laps are ticking away here. Only 2 quick cautions. John Nutley with a mechanical failure. Ricky Anderson with a loop over in turn number 4. Not really any hard contact we've seen. As you see, Anthony Sergi got to put the 62 of John Gersner a lap down.
72 of Josh Williams pulling the pits. Disappointing for him. He had a pretty decent car today.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Williams, and he hasn't really shown much in the whole race up to this point. He was kind of running mid-pack, qualified poorly. I don't know if they missed a setup or what, but Josh Williams really struggled here today.
Not bad for a man who came all the way down just to hang out and get in someone else's car. Try it for a
absolutely.
night.
These Xfinity cars are a lot different than these late. Those Xfinity cars are a lot different than these late models. So Williams having to get readapted to them. As we see here, Dylan Bigley running down Jeff Schofield in the 07. You got Jeff Firestein in the 56. He's a lap down. Schofield running down the back straightaway right now. Going into turn 3. Here we go. Bigley going to give him a shot. Schofield gets a little sideways there after a shot from Bigley.
Now you see all the cars working into lap traffic. That's going to play a huge factor into what's about to happen.
Yeah, we're approaching halfway in this one, and just a couple laps from halfway. The patience is going to run thin here soon. Once we get halfway, these drivers see those cross flags. I believe they're going to be going. They're going to give it all they got. Speaking of giving it all they got, here comes Michael Atwell trying to join Bigley on the outside to pass the 07 of Schofield.
What a great battle right now with Dylan Bigley, Michael Atwell, and Jeff Schofield. And Dylan Bigley is hoping to get far enough ahead that he doesn't have to look in his rear view.
And it looks like the 07 of Schofield has a pretty good car in a short run, but it kind of goes away on him there. This is by far the longest run of the race so far. We even saw the initial start. He did good for a while, but got past and dropped back to like 5th or 6th, worked his way back up to 2nd, and now he's finding himself dropping once again.
Tons of lap traffic all over the track.
There we go, 33, Daniel Webster going by there. He's got Wayne Anderson in front of him. Those two trying to do some battle. Webster's got to get up there with Anderson, try to take that spot away. As we are approaching halfway, cross flags going to be shown next time around here. See Keith Rogan in the 94, Dustin Dunn in the 59. They find themselves about mid-pack in this one. Jared Irvin really hasn't done much today, but still got half of this race to go. Cross flags being shown now for your race leader, Anthony Sergi.
This is Jared Irvin. As we heard in the pre-race, Jared Irvin's first time here at this track.
Look at this, your fast qualifier, Michael Goddard, is about to go a lap down. Michael Goddard, fast qualifier, about to be lapped by Anthony Sergi.
Michael Goddard in that FLF National Roofing number 37 had an issue, had to come in early under the first caution, had to restart at the tail of the field.
And it's a long field, and he has lost a lap already. He's in that lucky dog spot should he need it. He'll need a caution for him to get that lap back, but he is the first car 1 lap down, so should a caution come out soon, he will get his lap back.
I'm telling you right now, he's hoping for a debris caution.
Yeah, and I'm sure he is too, but Anthony Sergi is not, because he's leading this thing right now. Gersner going to go a lap down, but Nick Neary not far off, and I look in front of Sergi. There's a good line of cars in front of him. That would help Nick Neary out pretty good.
Lots of lap traffic, 2 and 3 wide in front of your leader. Gonna get dicey. If I was Sergi, I would not want to make my way through them.
Yeah, absolutely. Sergi's got LB Skaggs in front of him in the 71. Skaggs normally a modified competitor. You got Ricky Anderson in the 84. You see right there on your screen, Sergi, he's got about 4 or 5 cars right in front of him. He's going to try to put a lap down. That is going to give Nick Neary an advantage to catch up to him. Try to take that lead away.
Lots of lap cars in front of the leaders. That's going to be a little bit scary for Anthony Sergi. What a great run for him tonight so far here.
Here we go, Sergi underneath LB Skaggs, trying to put him a lap down. Now, if you're Sergi, you want to put as many cars as you can a lap down, because if the caution were to come out, one car will get their lap back, but everyone else would stay a lap down. That would limit the amount of drivers that are capable of winning this thing. You see Josh Todd getting way out of the way, not wanting to be a factor in this race for the lead. Todd, a modified competitor normally, and a pretty good one at that. I'm sure he's been in situations where he's led and has had a lap car get in his way. Doesn't want to be on the other end of that tonight.
super respectful lap cars here so far tonight. Getting closer to the end of the race might get a little dicier.
Absolutely. You see the Suwannee County native John Kaufman getting out of the way in the 58 car. Perhaps the longest haul of these guys. Well, actually, that'd probably be Josh Williams out of North Carolina, but originally from in this area. But
Yeah.
John Kaufman from all the way in North Florida.
Huge battle, 3 wide in front of your leader. Goes back 2 wide. Man, Anthony Sergi has his hands full, and it's allowed Nick Neary to catch up.
So we have a classic I-75 traffic jam right in front of your leaders. Nick Neary has run down the 20 of Sergi, but can't really get around. We got TJ Duke up there, Brandon Anderson, and Sean Lemaster right in front of your leaders.
Racing side by side in front of the leaders. That's given second and third the opportunity, and caution.
Wow.
On call center, caution is out.
So the caution comes out. I believe Ricky Anderson was your first car a lap down at the moment of caution. We'll have to check that. But your first car a lap down would get their lap back. I believe that would be Ricky Anderson.
52 laps left. 52 laps left. I'm not sure what the caution's for, but we're fixing to find out. I'm assuming it might be debris.
Yeah, not quite sure what the caution was for. Still don't see anything. No cars turned around, so that's a good sign. Perhaps some debris on the track. That was a pretty good green flag run we had there, Jennifer. It went a ways. I believe we had over 100 laps left when we took the green flag the last time, and now with 52 remaining. But I'm telling you right now, the intensity is going to ramp up a bunch here on this next restart.
We still have 24 cars on the track.
Yeah, lots of cars still on the track, lots of cars capable of winning this thing. And Anthony Sergi, you know, I'm not sure if he was happy or unhappy to see that caution. You never want to see a caution when you're leading the thing, but as many lap cars as he was around, I'm sure he'll take it.
Let's go through the lineup. Anthony Sergi right now is your leader with Nick Neary in second. 52 laps to go. The battle right now on track is the 30 and the 84, trying to figure out who is second, who is third. They're waiting to put them guys in line.
Okay, so being told by our track officials here, there were 2 cars on the track smoking. I'm not sure which 2 cars those were. We've been trying to get a hold of their spotters, telling them, hey, your cars are smoking, pull them off. They wouldn't do so, so we threw the caution out to check and see if those 2 cars were leaking any fluids. So that's what the reason for the caution is. And, you know, if you leak oil on the track, oil is slick. You hit that going into the corner, you're liable to hit the wall pretty hard.
So let's make sure we can make it all the way through the lineup real quick, give everyone what they're looking for. The 20 of Anthony Sergi is in first, Nick Neary in the 17 in second, Jesse Dutilli in third.
Yeah, Steve Dorr running in the 4th spot in car number 90, Dylan Bigley rounding out your top 5. Then you see Michael Atwell 6th, Jeff Schofield 7th. Patrick Starpoli in the 8th spot. 9th is Wayne Anderson, and Daniel Webster is 10th. So that is your top 10 right now. I believe at the moment of caution, we had 17 cars on the lead lap still. That would be Ricky Anderson in 18th, I believe, was your first car 1 lap down. That's what's showing here. So if that is right, Anderson should get his lap back in that 84 car.
21 of Brandon Anderson, they're showing as the lucky dog.
Oh, okay. So Anderson was, in fact, a lap down. So good news for Brandon Anderson. Bad news for Ricky Anderson. 2 Andersons. Those 2 are not related to one another, but Brandon Anderson, the recipient of the lucky dog free pass. So he will get his lap back and get back on the lead lap to join the rest of the field.
21 of Anderson and the 78 of Josh Todd went in the pits to check for fluids. So they are both back out, so I'm assuming everything's good to go.
All right, so there you have it. So the caution was out with 52 laps to go. Anthony Sergi, the Oviedo, Florida native, running in the lead right now in car number 20. Then you have Nick Neary running second. Jesse Dutilli is third. Steve Dorr fourth. And Dylan Bigley, your top 5, as you're watching the 5th annual Bill Bigley Memorial 128, brought to you by National Roofing live here on Sunshine State Racing. And don't forget, folks, at the conclusion of this one, we still have one more race for you. V8 Bombers coming up after this. We got a good field of those, so don't turn your stations off just yet after this race. We have one more race for you, and you don't want to miss the V8 Bombers.
You will not want to miss V8 Bombers. They have an awesome group of cars here, and one of my favorites, we're not supposed to have favorites, a young man, Bub Van Deventer. He will be racing in it, and he always puts on quite a show.
Yeah, and you talk about, you're not supposed to have favorites, but how can you not like, I believe, what is he, 12, 13 years old? 12 years old out here driving a full-body car in the V8 Bombers. Bubba Van Deventer, he's pretty darn good at that as well, so we'll see what he can do in the 86.
37 just pulls in the pits. 37 just pulled in the pits. Disappointing night for Michael Goddard. Hopefully it's something they can fix and get back out. Super disappointed for them. They've had a really good year here at 417 Southern Speedway, this being their home track. Was really hoping for a great night.
Yeah, what a roller coaster of a day it was for Goddard. Qualified fast time. We had him up here before the race. We were talking to him off the air. He seemed to be pretty excited about the race. Qualified fast time. He pulled a 7, so he had a little bit of work to do, but then quickly found himself a lap down, now pulling off at the pit. So something obviously wrong on the 37 of Goddard. Went from being the fastest car on the track to in the pit area.
We have fan questions. People are asking, how is Josh Williams doing? He had mechanical issues early in the race. He's already pulled in. Disappointed for him.
Yeah, tough break for Josh Williams, making the trip down from Mooresville, North Carolina. We normally see him in the number 92 NASCAR Xfinity Series car, but coming down here in the off-season for the late model race, and unfortunately not able to compete the whole way.
We're doubled up, giving the car more lap around to make sure everybody is in line where they need to be. The scorers up here with us are working their tails off.
Yeah, they're doing an absolute great job here. And the late models getting ready to go. We're past halfway. We have 52 laps to go in this one for your 5th annual Bill Bigley Memorial 128. Caution still out, so not going one to go just yet. And you look at this. Look at your lane choice here. Sergi's picked the outside, so someone finally figured out that the outside's the way to go, because it seems like every leader that's picked the bottom has gotten passed.
Because I'm going to tell you who discovered that probably just a few years ago was Joe Witchell. Joe Witchell is the one that would jump to the outside on these restarts every time. He'd put it up top and he'd walk away from it. The outside came into this track probably 3 or 4 years ago, and it's there. And anybody that shows up and says, oh, there's no outside here. No, there's definitely an outside here, and a lot of these drivers tonight. Keep an eye on Detilly. Detilly has no problem going to the high side. He's won this race. He's won many races here just by using the top side.
And Jason, usually on a track with a little banking to this one, you kind of get a one groove feel. The bottom is the way to go. Usually it's the higher bank tracks you see the outside worked in, but not here at 417. The outside line looks to be pretty good, just as strong as the bottom.
We might have a little bit of time here. Let me get into a little bit of history of this track. Originally, there were probably about 20 more feet to the inside of this track that was flat concrete. So originally, you really did have 3 grooves around this track. You had the inside line, which was right up against the inside wall, right on the concrete. Then you had the outside line, and then there was a 3rd groove. One of the first drivers to pick that up was Mark Sweet. And it's been really cool as this track has come along. I mean, honestly, if you look at it now, these guys are running probably a 3rd groove, a 4th groove from what this track originally was. This asphalt has been down for many, many years. It hasn't been changed, and there's a lot of rubber buildup on the outside of this place.
Yeah, it's looked pretty
Getting
racy.
ready to go after it.
Get ready to go back green here. They enter the Black Sails Racing restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Anthony Sergi on the outside, Nick Neary on the bottom as they come off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway.
Sergey up on the high side, gets the run down the back straightaway. Nick Neary down on the inside, runs it in deep, pulls it right up on the back bumper of Sergey as they come up off the turn number 4. Here comes Steve Dewar on the outside.
Yeah, Dewar knows his way around that place in car number 90. Usually we see him in car number 10, driving the Curry machine tonight. He's going to go to 2nd on the outside of Nick Neary. Further back, running in 5th, how about Michael Atwell? He started outside the top 10. He's worked his way up to the 5th spot, but he gets a boot here from Dylan Bigley.
Dylan Bigley down to the inside, been running in the 5th spot, having a great run at it, pulls it down to the inside, side by side, down into turn number 3. Bigley has a good run on the inside. Somebody down in the dirt off of turn number 4. That's going to be 11. David Weaver gets back up on the track.
Yeah, Weaver back up and going. No harm, no foul there for him. He gets back and pointed in the right direction. Meanwhile, Dylan Bigley and Michael Atwell still going to work. Atwell slips up. That might give the spot to Bigley. No, they're still side-by-side off turn number 4.
Young Guns duking it out, going down into turn 1, coming up off of 2, still side by side as they come up off the corner. Michael Atwell right up against the outside wall, sails it down into turn number 3. Dylan Bigley down on the inside in the 28 machine, digging hard off of turn number 4, side by side at the line, still a dead heat, little contact into turn 1.
Here comes Patrick Starpoli to join the party underneath Atwell. Atwell going to fend him off for now as they go off into turn number 3. Wayne Anderson in the mix as well. Bigley finally gets around Atwell for that position.
Is there a doctor in the house? Check out the number 64, Patrick Starpoli, back up into the 7th spot, sitting up front for a while, now trying to sort it out and work his way back up forward. They're single file right in front of him. Dylan Bigley sitting in the 5th spot, Michael Atwell in 6th, Patrick Starpoli in 7th.
I don't think Atwell's just done yet with Bigley. He's going to try to make another charge out here as they go down the back straightaway. That's your battle for the 5th spot. Dylan Bigley and Michael Atwell, 2 Naples natives, going out of here for position number 5.
44 laps to go in this 128 lap feature event here at the 417 Southern Speedway, toughest track in the South. Your leader out front, previous winner, the 20, Anthony Sergey, in control of this race. Has a good amount of daylight between first and second. Your second place car, that's going to be the number 90 of Steve Dewar, knocking on his back door. The 17 to Nick Neary, but Neary is busy. He's got Jesse Dutilli knocking on the back door.
Yeah, what a talented field this is. Look at these 3 right here. Steve Dewar, Nick Neary, Jesse Dutilli. Neary surrounded by years of experience right here. Dewar going to open up a couple car links from him in Neary. Neary reels him back in as he runs into the corner. Dutilli using the bottom of the track. Almost got down cutting the grass over in turns 3 and 4 to try to get around Nick Neary.
I like that. Yeah, he was down there at the bottom, sucking up the inside, cutting the grass. I mean, he had him out there with the leaf blowers going hard. They were just throttling it up side by side for the longest time. But check him out right up against the wall, looking at that speed shot coming down the front straightaway. The 30 machine, Jesse Dutilli, he knows how to get around this track, and he is very patient with this track.
Absolutely. And you notice one corner he was down there cutting the lawn. The next corner he was up near the marbles. So he's obviously searching, trying to find a rhythm, trying to find a groove so he can get around that 17 of Neary.
Tell you what, you get Jesse Dutilli out front in clean air, and this guy will put it up on the high side and let everybody have the top the inside all day long. But definitely knows how to get. I think he is probably the most winningest driver right now on the track. Lap traffic in the way as Anthony Sergey works him down the back straightaway into turn 3.
Sergi going to get around the 2 lap cars. David Weaver in the 11. I believe that's the 56 of Jeff Firestein also. So Sergi, pretty good lead over Steve Dewar. 37 laps to go. Sergi's in a pretty good spot right now.
Yeah, things are starting to heat up. Everybody should have hit the go button by now. And I'm looking at Anthony Sergi out front and looking at your second place car, Steve Dewar. It's funny, I'm so used to over the years of seeing Dewar in the thin car, driving the 99. But I think he is literally starting to pick away at the lead Sergi has as they come up off of turn number 4.
Absolutely. You see the laps tick away off the board. 35 laps to go. Jason, you got to wonder, they've been pretty clean right now, but when are they going to run out of patience, perhaps see some contacts from cars going around?
Patience is done. It's out the window. This is a Saturday night shootout now. These guys have got to get up on the wheel, and I think they're doing that right now. You take a look. I'm going to have to pull up Race Monitor here in a second, but I'm going to guarantee you've got the 90 of Steve Dewar. He's probably running just a little bit faster lap times. Let's go ahead and check it out here. 15.618 for Steve Dewar, 15.591 for Nick, and 15.44 for Anthony Sergey on the last lap. So they're very close in lap times.
Yeah, I believe Dewar, in fact, might be holding up Neary and Dutilli right now. Now Dutilli, you mentioned it, Jason, he likes the outside. He's going to go to the outside of Neary for the 3rd spot here.
Time to hit the go button to keep an eye on that 30 machine, the Carbone Motorsports machine up on the high side behind the wheel. Jesse Dutilli going to start taking it forward. Look at everybody standing up down here in the stands. They know they've seen this before. They've seen him do it right here at this track before. They know what's in store for him.
So Dutilli is clear of Neary. He's up to 3rd, and now he's going to go to the outside of Steve Dewar. Dutilli really liking that outside line. There he goes to the outside, side by side in 1 and 2. Steve Dewar on the bottom, Jesse Dutilli to the outside.
This is the go button we were talking about. Jesse Dutilli up on the high side has already picked off 2 cars, 2 laps. Now he finds himself sitting in the second spot, going to start to walk this machine forward and try to run down the 20 of Anthony Sergi.
He's got 29 laps to do. That, I believe, is plenty of time for Jesse Dutilli. This could be bad news for Anthony Sergi. 3 wide in turns 3 and 4. We got the lap car to the outside. Neary trying to take that third spot away from Steve Dorr as they're still doing battle for third. Here comes Dylan Bigley in the 28.
Man, those guys went, man, Dutilli did that. I'm going to try to do it myself. But Dutilli slowly, steadily starting to pull away from Steve Dorr as they come up off of turn 4, hitting the speed shot as they come across the line. Back down to turn number 1. Keep an eye on Dutilli. This isn't over yet.
Yeah, Dutilli having those 2 cars behind him side by side is really helping his cause. He's able to pull away, and now we'll see if he can catch the 20 of Anthony Sergi. The difference, 1.7 seconds, so he's still got a little work to do with 26 to go.
He's definitely a little bit faster than Sergi. Sergi's starting to roll in on lap traffic as they come up off of turn number 4. That's going to let Dutilli start to close in on him, depending on how he works that lap traffic down in 1 and 2.
Got some traffic to deal with here as Sergi goes underneath the 15 of Sean Lemaster. You got Firestein in front of him. This could help Dutilli's cause in catching the 20. So laps continuing to tick away. 24 laps to go for Anthony Sergi. Jesse Dutilli in hot pursuit, trying to catch your leader.
Dutilli ain't going to give up. He has been here before. He's driven this track many times, watched him run many stocks, modified minis around this track. He knows this track like the back of his hand. He is probably the most winningest driver at this track right now that is on the track. He has probably won here in the past 3 years than any other driver on this track. This is his house. He knows how to get around here. He knows the high side. He knows the low side. He knows where the bump is right in the center of the corner coming off of turn 4.
So we'll see if Dutilli can close that gap. The relative now 1.6 seconds, so he's picked up about 2/10 already. So he's still closing in on Sergi. This time by 1.59, so he picked up about 100th that time with 21 laps to go.
Keeping an eye on a lot of the fans coming around here, and it's like every time they cross the line at the front straightaway, you see a lot of them get up on their feet. They're shaking their hands, clapping their hands. Here comes Dutilli. They know he has got the car to beat. Normally seen Dutilli last time out here in the green machine. They're running the white and pink machine tonight and definitely hasn't wound up. Further back in the pack, that's a good battle right there. That's going to be the 90 of Steve Dorr, the 28 of Dylan Bigley, and the 51 of Michael Atwell doing battle off of turn number 4.
Good battle here for the 4th spot. Steve Dorr, someone hit the wall going down the front stretch there. That'll be the 56 of Jeff Firestein. He's off the pace here. So we pick it back up, Steve Dorr.
Yeah, Firestein dusts the wall. He is slow over in turn 3 and 4. But Nick Neary is working a mob of traffic off of turn number 2. And check it out. Jesse Dutilli within 3 car lengths. 2 car lengths coming up off of turn number 4.
Sergi was in a hornet's nest there, and that really helps Dutilli out. Dutilli trying to run him down as they go past Ricky Anderson and Josh Todd. Dutilli has closed that lead down 0.6 of a second, separating your top 2 with 17 laps to go.
Down into turn 3. Dutilli puts it right down on the rumble strips, rolls it up off of turn number 4. He has got this freight train rolling down into turn number 1, trying to reel in the 20 car of Sergi as they come up off of turn number 2. He is right there in his tire tracks, back to turn number 3.
Yeah, pretty good, clean racetrack in front of him for a little bit. You got TJ Duke and Michael Hind in front of him, but it's going to be a couple laps before they catch those two. Dutilli, if he wants to get it, this is his time to go for it with 15 laps left.
TJ Duke was talking to him earlier on tonight, was not happy with the set of tires he got, was going to try to fight it out, and definitely he's having to fight it because he's got the leaders coming as they head back to turn number 1. TJ Duke trying to do battle. Who is that in the 65 right there with him?
That's the 69 of Michael Hine, youngster up in Citrus County. I believe just 16 years old, won the Mod Mini Championship up there this year. Doing a pretty good job in his late model, but he is in danger of going a lap down with 13 laps to go. Look at this. Dutilli is there as we see Nick Neary in 3rd.
These two drivers have duked it out before all over the state of Florida. They've used to each other, and this might get a little bit scary as we go down into turn number 1. Sergey puts it down to the inside of the slower traffic. Right up behind him going to be the 30, the Carbone Motorsports car. Here we go, down into turn 3 and 4, nose to tail.
This is not good news for Sergi. Dutilli is there. He's got traffic in front of him. Now he gets around Hine. He's got TJ Duke there. Here comes Dutilli, top 2. Down the back straightaway. We're coming to 10 laps to go in the Bill Bigley Memorial.
This is a little unusual for Dutilli. Usually he's used to about lap 50, getting up in the top spot. Now everybody up on their feet going, get after him, get after him. Everybody's shaking their fists in the air. They know that he's right there. They know he can get it done. He is definitely the track favorite right now, has been for a while. Just waiting to see how long it's going to take before he puts that chrome horn to Sergi.
We usually see Dutilli up towards the front earlier than this, but it's better late than never. Dutilli trying to find a way around Sergi. He wants to do it cleanly if possible, but he knows if it's his last resort, he will use that bumper to get around Sergi. We're coming to 8 laps to go. TJ Duke in danger of going a lap down as well. Going to throw him in the mix.
Dylan Bigley, Michael Atwell finally getting around the 90 of Steve Dewar, but the battle is for up front, coming up off of turn number 4 and down the back straightaway. Dutilli trying to find some way around the 20 of Anthony Sergey as they come up off of turn number 4, working the lap traffic down to the inside.
Well, he caught TJ Duke at absolutely the best spot if you're Sergi, and now Dutilli's not going to be able to use all that corner exit. He's going to lose a little bit there. Good job for Sergi there. $10,000 on the line, and Jason, the difference between 1 and 2, $5,000.
Yeah, I tell you what, keep an eye on the 30 because Jesse Dutilli does not settle for second. 5 laps to go this time by as they come up off of turn number 4.
5 laps to go for the 5th annual Bill Bigley Memorial. Here it goes.
20.
Dutilli to the bottom. Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Oh, did Dutilli get in the wall?
Man, he got way loose up off of turn number 2, had to chase that car up the track. What is going on? Man, does he have a right side tire going down?
I believe he got in the wall off of turn number 2 that last time. Crazy there. Jesse Dutilli giving it everything he's got. He definitely got in the wall. The right side of that car is straightened out, but we have 3 laps to go, and he's still got a chance to win it. Good corner exit off turn 2. Oh, he gets a little loose. Sergi about a car length less than that now. Coming at 2 laps to go, Jason.
Here we go, down to the inside, digging hard. The Carbone Motorsports, Jesse Dutilli ride down to the inside, pushes Sergi up the track, side by side off of turn number 2, but Sergi has a good run off the turn. He gets into the wall. Anthony Sergi into the wall. Jesse Dutilli to the inside, wheel to wheel, door to door, white flag is out. Down the front straightaway to turn 1. Give it up.
$5,000, the difference between first and second. They're trading paint. They're going down the back straightaway into 3 and 4.
Paint is $5,000 on the line. First and second, checkered flag coming out to the
Sergi! Sergi in a photo finish. My goodness.
Wow.
Holy! You could not have asked for a better race ending than that.
You couldn't have asked for a better finish than that. Those two gave it everything they had, but they kept it clean. They didn't wreck each other. But with $10,000 on the line, you expected some fenders to get ruffled. Anthony Sergi wheeled that car to victory lane.
Wow. Thank you, Jason. What a call by you and Austin. Let's go down right now.
Look at the tires on the right side of Anthony Sergi's car. They are white walled. He had it against the wall.
Yeah, Jason, you just pointed it out. Sergi, the whole right side of the car is covered in white paint from where he was in the wall. And Dutilli
Coming down right now.
Battle, but it's going to be $10,000 going to Anthony Sergi as he parks it in the Foxland Studios.
What
Lane.
a great race, man. What a race. Coming down, Anthony Sergi.
So we're going to send it down to Jennifer, who is going to be with our winner, Anthony Sergi.
I'm sorry, Anthony are the win tonight after an awesome finish. Anthony Sergi packing the wall down the back straightaway. Keep it ahead. Amazing run.